my Grandpa Brownie, and he fought in World War II. You can start now.
Pardon?
You can start now. What's it about, Grandpa?
This is about the war.
Okay.
Okay. My experience as a soldier in the war to end all wars is certainly something I will never forget. I joined the Army when I was 19 years old in 1943. I attended basic training in Camerons, and boy did they ever put us through the ringer. The physical training was demanding, and the purpose of it was to turn us from boys into men. After finishing basic training, we were transferred to Calgary for 6 weeks of advanced training. We learned how to handle a rifle and a bayonet, and we had lots of endurance training. There was a lot of marching. Some of the marches were 25 miles long. Also, we had an obstacle course to work on, which included jumping over pits filled with water or barbed wire. There was a lot of guard duty too. From Calgary, we went by troop train to Nova Scotia, where he eventually boarded the Queen Mary. That's one of the biggest ships there was. And went overseas to England. This ship held about 22,000 personnel, about the population of Lethbridge at that time. It took us 4 days to cross the Atlantic, and we arrived in England in September. We did some more basic training and then left for Africa. In December, we boarded a boat and sailed to Italy, landing in Naples. From there, we were sent to the Ortona area as reinforcements. There was a fierce battle going on, and I don't mind telling you that I was nervous and scared. The Canadians helped greatly throughout the campaign, capturing the town of Ortona and playing an important role in breaking the Gothic line, the Germans' last major line of defense. But it did not come without a price. During the Italian campaign, over 25,000 Canadian soldiers paid the supreme sacrifice. We took some positions and lost others, and then had to retake them. But our army kept advancing. I was in quite a few skirmishes, which were really scary and rough. I lost a good friend in one of them, which was a sad occasion for me. There was a lot of sadness caused by the war. I saw many hungry people eating out of garbage cans, and lots of houses had been bombed and roads blown up. In basic and advanced training, we had learned how to become soldiers, but no amount of training could prepare us for having to witness the ravages of war. It was heartbreaking. From Italy, we went to Holland, where the fighting was fierce. On one occasion, we were pushing ahead and had to stop for the night. We had to dig slip trenches to get into for protection. The sergeant yelled, "Corporal Whitbeck, come and get your blankets for your men." My cousin Monty Whitbeck heard Whitbeck called, so he came over to our headquarters, and that is how I met him. I told him, "There is another guy from Raymond here in one of the trenches. Come up and see who it is." When he saw, when he saw that it was my brother Ted, he couldn't believe his eyes. The three of us had a great reunion for a short time. Here were 3 boys from the same town in southern Alberta, and cousins too, in the same place fighting the war overseas. We would meet up again after the war, but I don't think we ever enjoyed a more memorable reunion than the one we experienced in muddy, war-torn field in Holland that day. Okay. I will never forget my wartime experiences, and I'm glad I went and fought for my country. I learned how blessed we are to be able to live in peace with our loved ones, and have our lovely homes and plenty of food with all the necessities of life. Over the course of the war, 1.1 million Canadians served in the Army, Navy, and Air Force. Of these, more than 45,000 gave their lives, and another 54,000 were wounded. Everyone at home and abroad shared in the suffering and the hardships of war.